I just finished making this movie regarding the frightening proposal for the International Monetary Fund IMF not even 24 hours ago. At the end of the day, this was built on a financial system that was backed by gold, and CBDC's distributed ledger technology was actually kind of ushering in a new Bretton Woods, and I've recently discovered some information that is quite intriguing. In addition, some fresh evidence has surfaced that lends even more support to this assertion. Your eyes are opened enormously by this. It's hard to imagine that this is happening right now, considering that I just finished making this movie a little over 24 hours ago. There is no restriction on who can join the group. This is Nick, my name. Subscribing to the channel is available at the conclusion of this movie for those who are new to it. It is possible for us to rapidly go over what I said in that video. When the year 2023 rolled around, Zimbabwe was one of the most prominent countries in the world that was advocating for a CBDC that was backed by gold. To begin, we are aware that this is already in full swing. We have heard that bankers are in support of this proposal to utilize ZiG as the only currency before the year 2030. This information was disclosed more recently. Lenders do not want to wait for a significant amount of time if reserves increase, prices remain unchanged, and the cash and mineral reserves that support ZiG have increased by 30% since April. So yes, I mean, this is a significant issue because, having support from bankers on this will assist provide better service to customers as well. For the year 2023, however, all of this was planned, and within a very short period of time, this began to really push heavy, and then it became real. I would like to have a brief look at this once more. It was because of this that everything was different. In addition, the system and money are the primary concerns. It is clear that the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe RBZ has said that the token settlement technique is compatible with the existing systems of the bank. However, it is possible that in the future it will investigate blockchain ledgers. However, it is not yet obvious what it hopes to accomplish by carrying out this action. You read that correctly in the year 2023, they were still considering blockchain ledgers. No, they are still the same. I believe that they will exert even more effort in this manner as the cryptocurrency industry continues to expand and flourish. On the other hand, I mentioned this back in June, it's not too difficult at all. Changing the value of gold and converting it into a coin is one way to fractionize the precious metal. You can now use it to support currencies that are written on distributed ledger technologies, DLTs. It is true that we already have a backup of this. Here is a CBDC that Zimbabwe possesses that is backed by gold. When exactly will it be tokenized in gold though? At the very least, this is what one may anticipate happening when the gold standard is brought back to life. Additionally, this is the time when gold prices begin to rise once more. In addition, I believe that the price of gold will continue to rise in the future. In my previous statement, I expressed my belief that the gold standard will return, but not in the manner that the majority of people believe it will. DLT alts are able to fill in the gaps in the concept of the gold standard. To the same extent that everyone else does, I despise them. There is a CBDC for each nation, and it is backed by a modest amount of gold that is distributed on a private distributed ledger technology DLT. Additionally, there are stable coins and the tokenization of valuable objects. It is still necessary for these to connect to one another. For the reason because once again, how many people are still paying attention? Everything is going to come crashing down on the 99% of people all at once like a stone wall. How many people are even able to comprehend what is going on here? This is a relatively insignificant amount. From my perspective, that is probably even less than 1%. Over here, however, there is a division that exists outside of this. I just wanted to let you know that the price being quoted is not $6,600 per ounce, rather, it is $8,800 per ounce. With what I know, this constitutes a 40% base. The base is, of course, 40%. However, this information was obtained from the Daily Gold, and he is actually quoting the ITM trading video, in which it is said that the value of gold is around $5,600 and $22,000 per ounce to back up 100% of the money supply. To reiterate this point once again, the cost of this would be $88 per ounce in order to back 40% of the money supply by the year 1913. A 40% backing was required, according to the Federal Reserve Act, which was passed in February of 2008. 30% of the price of gold was reduced. At the present time, such amount would be equivalent to almost $6,600 per ounce. In addition, the price per ounce would be $880 once more. Now, this is an intriguing topic since a lot of people think that gold will never be valued more than it is right now. No, that is not going to take place. On the other hand, a significant number of those individuals are not paying attention to the current state of affairs regarding our monetary system. There is a problem with everything. There should be a revaluation of gold, as well as tokenization, fractionalization, and a return to the gold standard. If you want to get out of this mess and mend it, this is the best way to do it. On the other hand, we are also responsible for the digitization of monetary systems. As is the case with everything else, the currency is also undergoing change. An illustration of this would be automobiles. Up to this moment, virtually every automobile is powered by a chip. In its most basic form, it is operating on a computer. The world around us is moving at such a breakneck pace. When it comes to digitalization, there will be absolutely no slowdown at all. Even we haven't witnessed a significant shift in the way that money operates. This is the location where we examine digital currency. Would I say that I enjoy CBCs? Without a shadow of a doubt. The fact that more than 98% of central banks are moving towards CBCs increases the likelihood that they will be implemented, despite the fact that I do not like them. On the other hand, we have Ralph Kahneman, who is either interested in or curious about whether or if a brief article that summarizes Ripple's acquisition of Medeco could be useful for reliably powering CBCs that use physical assets such as gold to govern liquidity. Instead of saying that they are thinking about the economies of the G7 or G20, it would make more sense to state that they are thinking about economies that are smaller and are experiencing difficulties of some kind. Due to the fact that the price of XRP has decreased, Ripple has the ability to convert gold into a token and include it in a CBC. It is likely that it will be possible to combine the two systems and create a central bank digital currency that is fully backed by tokenized copies of actual assets. This is maybe possible due to the fact that Ripple works with standard custody and has expertise with CBC. The very same thing has been something I've been stating for a very long time, all the way back to the year 2023/2022. At this very moment, it appears that we are gaining evidence that this may take place in the near future. A new idea to connect the currency in circulation in Zimbabwe to a real item was recently announced by the Central Bank of Zimbabwe. Additionally, this utilizes phrases such as gold. On the other hand, we now have the complete list. It would not be out of the ordinary to take things to the next level by tokenizing this gold and adding it to a cryptocurrency exchange, CBC. In the previous year, HSBC Holdings made the decision to contract Medeco to store tokenized gold for its commercial customers. It is possible that the two systems might be connected through Ripple's collaboration with CBC and its link with Standard Trust, which would result in the creation of a central bank digital currency that is fully backed by gold and other tokenized assets. It's a crucial matter. There have been multiple occasions when I have discussed it. In light of what is taking place, it is important to pay attention to what the central bankers and other large organizations, such as the BIIs and the IMF, have to say. This shift toward tokenization, CBCs, and even gold has been discussed by each and every one of them. We have been saying for a very long time that everything is undergoing change. In addition, the following is a law that was introduced on April 9th of the previous year that would have made the digital currency of Texas backed by gold. There was a measure that was in effect, but we do not know what happened to it. We are aware that this bill was available. There was no indication that it had passed. There are two laws that we have, and both of them state that this act will become effective on September 1st, 2023. However, neither of these legislation has been passed or put to a vote. To be honest, this didn't really result in anything. Even after giving it some thought, it is still plain to see that there is a compelling argument in favor of a currency that is backed by gold.